This fight is going to be, oh man, this could be the fight of the night depending on how it plays out. But we have Alex Morono versus Joaquin Buckley. In my opinion, two exciting fighters. A lot of people might not know about Alex Morono because he's very low key, but a lot of people know about Joaquin Buckley because he got that probably the greatest KO of all time that I've probably seen in the MMA cage. That double kick that he had. So that was like the ultimate highlight reel that he had there. Um, Anyways, Alex Morono, 23-8, is 4-1 in his last five. 33 years old. He's going to fight against Joaquin Buckley, who's 16-6, 3-2 in his last five, 29 years old. So Joaquin Buckley is going to be the slightly younger man here. About the same height, reach advantage. Joaquin Buckley does have a 4-inch reach advantage here, so it's going to be a little bit longer. Joaquin Buckley, as you guys know, is he used to fight at 185, but he cut down to 170 in his last fight against Andre Fiallo, Mr. All Hands No Chin, and he got the second round KO dub against him. From what I watched from that fight, I mean, I think he has great power, even probably even better power at 170. I think that it was a good cut to his natural weight. He should have been at 170 his whole career. He just was one of those guys that probably liked to lift weights and maybe take some juice, potential juice, and get big at 185. But I think he looks really good at 170. Um, Something to note though, I look back at the judges' scorecards. Andre won round one on two of the three judges' scorecards. So it wasn't like a flat out domination that Joaquin Buckley had. He did knock out Andre in that second round, so he did win the fight. But going into that second round, he was down on the judges' scorecard. So that's something to note. Joaquin Buckley, I mean, he relies on that crazy explosive power. I mean, I think he's improving technically, but I don't think he's that technical of a fighter. He just really relies on that athleticism and the raw power that he has. I do like that he's tough. He has decent durability and pace, and he doesn't quit. When I remember watching him against Nasruddin Imanov, I mean, he was losing that fight. Nasruddin was a much bigger guy. He was 6'3", longer dude. But I like that Joaquin didn't quit, and he made Nasruddin work for all three rounds. I think he got like a 29-28 or something. So he eventually did take a round off of Imanov. So that was something like good. I like to see that when I like to watch fighters. Um, but I mean, I think that this is it potentially could be a bad matchup for him because I think Alex Morono is a solid all round fighter that can do a little bit of everything. And he's looked really good in his last six fights, aside from getting KO'd by Ponzinibbio on 5 days short notice. I mean, he was winning that fight on all the scorecards, and then he got caught in that round three and he lost the fight. So, it happens, but he did also get caught by Chaos Williams in round one as well. So, I mean, this guy does have some potential suspect durability against power, right? Against guys that have power, like a Chaos Williams, like a Ponzinibbio, potentially a Joaquin Buckley. Um, but he does have a good high guard. He's a fantastic grappler with credentials. He doesn't like to use it though, so that's a potential red flag there. He prefers to strike. So that makes him more of an opportunistic grappler rather than a straight takedown artist. So he really likes to try to get into scrambling exchanges and grappling exchanges, like how he guillotined Tim Means, right? He missed that spinning back fist that he got, and then bam, he just got Tim Means' neck just like that. So he doesn't really rely on the straight, like kind of Dagestanian takedowns or judo throws or trips. He relies on more of an opportunistic kind of grab where he gets you into a potential sub. But yeah, he does have some pretty good grappling credentials. I mean, black belts all around. Um, I think that he has pretty good IQ, so I'm hoping that he's learned from both of those KOs to follow the game plan and not get into these firefights against these dangerous fighters. I mean, I think that if he just was a little bit smarter against Ponzi, he would have got a decision win. If he didn't want to go right into a firefight with Chaos Williams in round one, he probably would have got that win over 3 rounds. So I'm hoping that he's learned from that. I don't know if he is, but I think I trust him enough. I mean, he's a dog right now at like plus see plus 131. So each time I keep on checking these odds, it gets lower and lower. I mean, just to tell you guys, Alex Murno opened up at minus 150 actually. So he opened up as a favorite. And now he's been turned to a dog, and now Wonky Buckley is actually the favorite. So that's an interesting line movement there. Um, my pick is Alex Morono. I think I'm going to commit and say he's medium confidence. I think he's going to be my underdog lock of the week, because I know that Joaquin Buckley is powerful, 170, but man, that Andre Frial win is aging badly with each passing day because we just saw what Andre Frial did against Tim Means, and that didn't look good at all. If Tim Means can do that to you, like what Joaquin Buckley did with that head kick, although it was nice at the time, I don't know if it looks that great now, especially if you're fighting against a smart all around fighter in Alex Morono. So I'm going with Alex Morono here. Buckley is live for a KO early in round one, potentially round two. So it might be a good way to hedge that, but if it goes to round three or something, man, I think Alex Morono got this as far as maybe like a decision or something. So the pick is Alex Morono, medium confidence for underdog play. Kevin, what were your thoughts here on this fight?
Yeah, I think it's a pretty tough fight to choose from as well, just because Joaquin Buckley looks so good after moving down to welterweight. I think welterweight is his natural weight class that he's supposed to be in. Um, yeah, I mean, he was already doing pretty decent in middleweight. Nothing extraordinary, but he's getting by. He was able to do pretty well there. Just in some fights, he would get knocked out. But I like Joaquin Buckley's movement. Alex Morono and Joaquin Buckley, they both have pretty decent movement. Um, I think Joaquin has the range advantage though, and the strength advantage. So I kind of see him being able to keep the distance on Alex, which would kind of negate Alex's ability to land those shots that he always lands on his opponents. Like Alex has good hands for sure. But I feel like uh Joe Queen isn't gonna play that game with him where they try to trade. He might just try to keep him at range and throw hard shots. And um I just really don't like Alex's like his athleticism. It just feels like he doesn't really have much of it. Whereas Joe Queen is like super athletic. Um, yeah, so it really depends on like the gas tank, I guess. Whether you know who has like the better gas tank towards like round two and three. I feel like it's probably gonna go to a decision for some reason, but there's definitely a chance that Joe Queen just goes ham and tries to bully this guy though. Um, so I'm probably gonna go Joe Queen here uh, as my pick. Yeah.
For sure. Alex, what are your thoughts here on this fight?
Um, I think for me, my pick is also going to be Alex Morono, like you, James. I think he's a pretty good underdog bet here. I just think he's going to out technique Buckley. Watching Alex Morono, I like how he's similar to like Cutelaba, like very like twitchy and like very like spry on the feet. I like how they're very like bouncy like that. I like fighters like that because like visually it just looks nice. Um and like Alex has really good striking kicks. Uh he throws pretty hard as well. Um but again, the worry is that KO power of Buckley, but I feel like Morono will be able to just out technique Buckley. So he's going to be my pick.
Cool. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, the odds. It looks good. So I mean, I would definitely play those odds. I mean, I feel like they're gonna drop each and every day. I don't know if it's gonna get wider for Buckley because I mean, he did open up as an underdog. So I mean, I can't imagine that it will go a little wider now, but if it does, then yeah, let's see what happens in the fight.